All right, the April 20th, 2026 Middlebury Town Council meeting will be called to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Kent Kaufman,
Here.
Mike Holloway,
Here.
Gary Kripe,
Here.
Carl Miller,
Here.
and Kevin Miller.
Here.
All right, we have for consideration the minutes for the April 6th meeting.
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes for the April 6, 26 meeting as presented, as well as executive session certification.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, at this time, we'll open the floor for public comments. Anyone has anything to share?
Pam Kaiser, Middlebury. Today,
Pam?
the commissioners
Pam?
approved,
I'm sorry, but you do need to specify whether you live in the city limits or not.
okay, it seems as though you all are targeting me.
No,
it's
it's
Taking
it's in
turns.
our
We passed the
rules.
rules for everyone.
It's in our rules.
Well,
Pam.
you all know that I'm just out of this town.
But you need to state
And-
that for the public record and for those viewing online.
Today, the commissioners approved the rezoning of Riverbend Apartments. This was after people from our community spoke out against it, and many petitions were signed against it. We were told by the town manager that all of you supported the rezoning. Is that true? Guess you're not talking today. Today should be a reality check for our community. We have neither town council nor commissioners that listen to the people. What's important to our elected officials is sticking with the comprehensive plan that was extremely flawed, with 75 or 74% of those surveyed were high school students from Northridge, and we still don't know whether or not they lived in town or not. One of the things that came up was the subsidized housing. And I want to mention it because it was spoken about many times in the comprehensive plan. It was interesting that this plan was approved in 2020, July 20th of 2020, of course, when we were all locked down. But the town manager did not know what that meant in the comprehensive plan. And I'm hoping for the future, whether it's Grand Street or somewhere else, that you can tell us all what that means. Because I think it's important, because what this shouldn't be is back on the backs of taxpayers, because that's just an additional amount of money we're having to pay. And I think it's important that the people of Middlebury know what this entails. And you might think, well, this is the county. Well, it was going to be the town too. It's kind of a difficult situation because it is affecting the town and the people in the county. And you're in between all of that. But I hope you'll let us know how you really feel about this, and that we just don't take it for granted what the town manager said you believed about this apartment complex going up. Because I think the people need to know. You are elected officials. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam.
Anybody else?
Laurel Suchecki, and I do live within the city limits here in Middlebury.
Thank you.
And I've never done this before, but I did see this online today, and I just wanted to come in and say that my husband and I moved here from Connecticut, specifically to Middlebury, because it was a small town, and we very much enjoyed that ambiance. And it seems that Middlebury keeps winning awards and recognitions for being that small, kind of idealistic town that people like to visit. And it's a big draw. It's not a town that's struggling. We have a lot of industry in this town to keep us financially viable, which is fortunate for us. But I do wish that consideration to keep that small town appeal is in the back of everyone's mind. And I don't know how to get better feedback from the community. I only saw this yesterday, and I'm afraid I just overheard you saying that you can now just post things online, but I'm not even aware where to go to find those things. But I just wanted to make that said. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right, we'll move on to expense vouchers.
I'll make a motion that we approve for disbursement the expense vouchers as presented.
Second?
Have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unfinished business for the Chamber of Commerce.
I don't know if they're here.
That might be the door ding.
Part of this was the request for funding for the chamber. So
Yeah.
we just need to know part of, like, how much to distribute.
Well, we budgeted 10,000 correctly.
Yes.
That's, I don't have a problem with 10,000.
Said the budget.
What was the previous year?
7?
But then-
7 or
7,000.
75?
But then we
2 years ago was
increased,
7. Last year we budgeted 7, and then they came back and asked for more, and we give them 3 more.
right.
Yeah.
Last year we
So
paid them
this year we budgeted
10,000.
10, now they're asking for 5 more.
I would make a motion that we approve the budgeted amount of 10,000 for the Chamber of Commerce.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
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 I would like to say a nay.
And opposed? All right, new business, request for partial funding for a sidewalk replacement. Abraham Jones.
Hi there. So yeah, my name is Abraham Jones. I live over on 303 Lawrence Street in the town limits, and I've been living here for about 3 years, be this summer, and so far I will say it's been a very nice neighborhood to live in, and I'm happy to be living in this town. I'm not far from family and friends in the greater area. So I wrote to the council to request some financial support for replacing the sidewalk that's located in front of my property, which is along the right-of-way. And the reason this all came up was the existing sidewalk on my property specifically is not in really good shape. It's in poor condition, and there are many sections that are deteriorating and also cracking, uneven, and creating many hazards. And I'm afraid it'll create a lot of safety hazards for pedestrians, including my neighbors, residents, children, and even people that come and visit in the town. The proposed project would involve removing the damaged sections of sidewalk and replacing it all with a new level and code-compliant surface. In addition, replacing the sidewalk, it's going to significantly enhance pedestrian safety by reducing the risk of trips and falls, especially among elderly neighbors. In addition, it will also improve the overall appearance of the property and contribute positively to the visual appeal and cohesion of the neighborhood. The estimate of the project that I got from the contractor is $3,763, and I would like to request 25% in funding assistance from the council, and I am prepared to contribute any of the remaining 75% of the costs towards the project, and I will coordinate with the contractor that I'm working with and make sure that everything's completed and all the paperwork is done properly and filled out. I have already submitted a right-of-way permit for the project. And I don't know if you have copies of the letter that I gave to Mary or not,
We
but
do.
I included pictures of the sidewalk that show the quality of it. So thank you for your time and consideration of this project.
Oh, Abraham, sorry. If
Abraham.
you'll just hang tight there for a moment. Did you get any other quotes? Is this the only quote you received?
I did get one other quote last summer, and I do not have a copy of that with me, but that was around about, I think it was actually only a $70 difference, somewhere around that range.
Okay.
But I
If you'll,
did.
if you'll just hang there for a second. Mary, is there any issue with a homeowner doing that themselves without having any sort of engineering? I mean, how do we know that the sidewalk's not going to be elevated and end up causing a street situation or issue?
Sorry.
It has to tie in and match into his drive, into the existing sidewalk. I mean, he's pretty well, any sidewalk that's put back there is pretty well controlled by what you have to tie into. He's not going to create a tripping hazard, and his contractor's not going to do that because that'd be liability on them.
I can add to that, the contractor, so. When I talked with the contractor, he did mention that the sidewalk will be made level with both existing sections, and I did forget to mention that the sidewalk is in much better condition on the neighbors' properties, both sides, and he would pretty much run a string going across and making the whole thing level both ends, so there would be no different elevation changes, no major shifts in the ground. The only thing would be restoring the topsoil on both sides, which shouldn't be too much of a task.
Thank you.
So I think that part of this is a legal aspect, and I'm not sure how that all works. You know, like if there's some type of agreement that would need to be in place, or if, we would need to do the bidding on it. I don't know exactly how that,
Who normally maintains the sidewalks?
the homeowners.
The homeowners?
So when I bought a undeveloped property in town several years ago to build a house, it was my responsibility to pour the sidewalk from where the sidewalk stopped at the house that had existed for many years, up past my side to the edge of my property, even though the property next to me wasn't developed yet. So it was my responsibility as a property owner to put that sidewalk in. And so we've always left the sidewalks to the property owners, as far as I know. I've been here 32 years, and it's always been the home.
It was kind of the way I understood it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, yep. And I would agree that the contractor's not gonna do anything to create a
No.
sidewalk that is no longer, that isn't a good viable side. If he is, we'll put his name on a blacklist and never hire him again, so, yeah. But what I don't know, Jackson, is whether or not we need something other than just a letter request.
And this is located in the town's right-of-way, or is it on his lot?
Barnes right away.
This is a subdivision
No.
No,
downtown?
Couple blocks from downtown.
303, you said, East Lawrence?
Is this the map that you submitted?
This house would be,
from here.
ours is in color, but it's this one here. Second house from the corner. Probably 2 blocks east, 3 blocks east of Main Street. This one?
While he's looking at that, I just wanted to thank you for the way you did this and the work you put into it. It's kind of refreshing, to be honest. Most of the time, we don't get this kind of detailed request. Usually it's demands. So, thank you for that.
The numbers are flipped.
I might,
Go ahead, sorry.
I was just gonna say, as far as on the legal side, I might recommend tabling it for now to the next one, unless,
And I don't think there's any emergency in getting it done, or do you have them lined up already? Like for a certain date?
I do have a scheduled date, it'd be May 7th next month for the project, but if I need to put it on hold, I can discuss that with him.
Our next meeting, I think, is, what
May
is it,
4th.
May 4th?
May 4th.
And in neighboring communities, they've done where they would bid sidewalk replacement out as a whole. And so they get a contractor in place. And then whoever wants to have their sidewalk replaced comes in and applies. And the contract is with the town. But I mean, we've never had anything like that. And I commend him for, going and getting all this information and doing that. He's done a lot of our legwork. But going forward, I think it would be, if the council would consider having some type of sidewalk program, I think that would be beneficial.
No matter how we, if we would go along with this, I think it would be on a reimbursement basis. If we'd agreed to the 25%, I think it would have to be after the fact. You'd have to, see the completed bill first, and then we'd have to take that percentage off of that, because things change all the time. I mean, even with our own departments, we have to get the bill before we can pay it. So we can't sit here and promise, a set figure. It would be just, if we agreed to a 25%, it would be reimbursable to you after the fact.
So I would be good to proceed with the project then regardless.
Well, I mean, yeah. you
There's
just could
no
end up-
action at this time on whether to reimburse you or not,
Okay,
anything.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I get a motion to table?
I'd like to make a motion to table the request for the partial funding of sidewalk replacement at Lawrence Street.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Lamar Advertising electronic billboard messaging sign on US 20.
So this request is before you. It's been before you before. We needed to set up a sign committee. That has not happened for several months, and so we're bringing this forth back to the council. Council has ultimate decision anyway, so I asked them to be here to go over that, their application, and then we can go from there.
Good evening. My name is Robert Miller. My address is 1335 Mishawaka Avenue, South Bend, Indiana. I'm with Lamar Advertising, and we approached Mary, roughly a year ago to try to figure out how to do this. We identified a location at the corner of 15 and 20 that was industrial, met all the criteria of NDOT to be able to build such a structure. And so we started the process, and we've been patient. We know she's busy. She kept working on getting a sign committee, and finally she said, Rob, let's just put you in front of the committee. So that's why I'm here today. May I approach with photos?
Certainly.
I think you mean 13 and 20. You said
13
15.
and 20. I apologize.
That's all right. We recognize it.
Second, I thought we were second choice.
These are,
Get the same ones we've got here. Thank you.
yeah, the same as what we have in here.
Yeah.
So this is a mock-up that our company put together based on the size. And what we identified is a smaller size sign. On the interstate, that size would be 672 square feet. On this, we identified much smaller, just over 210 square feet. It would be a back-to-back digital billboard. We control it. We put any type of anything on there. We identify what not to advertise in communities and what to. It allows it for Amber Alerts. It allows it for FBI to jump on it. And we allow for the community to be able to present and promote itself on space available that's unsold. So we'll work with you, work with Mary, work with whoever else that we can help with that. I guess maybe start with questions and then move from there, and I can help answer anything.
Am I wrong? Is there a sign there now?
No.
No. There's a billboard there now?
No, there's an on-premise
No,
sign.
the shell sign is
The
there.
shell sign, there's
Yeah.
no
Billboard.
billboard there.
No.
Was that what you were asking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was asking if there was a billboard.
No. No.
I think my only concern would be is nighttime, with that being somewhat of a little curve there. If the brightness of that sign could potentially be a traffic hazard.
I can explain that.
Okay,
So
thank you.
our industry, our company operates over 5,000 digital billboards, let alone the other companies. So there's probably 15,000 digital billboards out there. They're regulated. They cannot have motion. So they flip from static ad to static ad to static ad. They're actually lighter as far as brightness than a standard billboard with lights on it because it reads the darkness or the light. So at night, it dims down. During the day, it bounces up. They're very smart. Think about your TV when you bought your first flat screen and how it's changed. That's what's happened with these screens.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So did I understand you that anybody could pay for a personal message to be put on that?
Sure. Not anybody. Well, I guess anybody, but depending on the message,
That's my point.
whether we want that message on the streets.
Yeah, I mean, who's going to control that?
We do. We do. Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we do control that. And we promote non-negative advertising. And basically, we cater to smaller communities so that they can use this to advertise, to bring people in. Retail, yes.
Yeah, Michelle makes a great point. We have the same size structure in Bremen, Indiana, LaPorte, Indiana, Wabash, Indiana, Angola, Indiana.
Rochester.
Yeah, so they're not just in big cities. They're also in small cities because they're changing.
Yeah.
And it's outside of the city, I mean, to bring people in.
Yeah,
I
I've
guess
seen-
I'm more concerned with a personal attack.
Oh,
You know, somebody doesn't like somebody else and they're gonna put it on the screen.
no, we do not. We do not entertain in that. No, we stay away from that.
I turned someone away in Columbia City from doing that. So we don't do that. We do not promote that. And we go by whatever the lessor wants as well. So if they don't want political advertising, if they don't want certain things, we make those concessions in the lease that we sign with them. Or, if it were to be up to you, we would make that concession with you.
My only concern.
So, I'm going to ask a question. You said, we didn't have an agreement with the lessor, so you leased the sign, so pole, sign, structure, all of that, to someone?
No,
Or you own it?
we own that. We lease the ground.
Yeah.
Okay,
At least a place to put it.
okay, all right,
Yeah, all of it we own.
that's fine. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And in our territory, we operate our offices. We have one in Fort Wayne and one in South Bend. We oversee 30 counties in northern Indiana, and we have roughly 50 digital billboards that we operate on top of all the other static billboards that we have.
Okay.
You mentioned that agencies are tied into this Amber Alerts and such. Does that go through you before it goes to the
No,
billboard?
it can go
Or
right to
they're
the billboard.
direct?
Yeah.
So the time frame to get that information out is rapid?
Yes.
It's immediate. Missing people, all those types of alerts go straight to the board. There's actually an additional spot that's generated just for that.
Okay.
Because the board's sold out, so it's still fits there.
Good.
So even if the board has all of its spots filled, these will override something?
Yes.
So if it's an emergency situation, it just,
Over-
whatever's
it
there
just does
just
it.
goes away for a
It's
while.
fed directly to them.
Never knew that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Jackson, this is a question for you. Since we do not have an appointed sign committee, can the council act as the sign committee for the approval or rejection of this request?
Town council cannot act as the sign committee.
Okay.
As far as the previous sign committee, theoretically, they would still be active as long as they're still willing and able, or we could appoint a replacement. If true, the committee is made up of 3 individuals, 1 business representative, 1 citizen representative, and 1 town council representative sits on that board. They review the applications for the technical compliance with the standards, and then they put up the report that you sort of saw in that petition packet, recommending one way or the other. If we truly can't find anybody to serve in that, we would at least want to advertise for the public hearing before making a final approval. That way, any interested parties would have a chance to make a comment.
Okay.
So I would at least recommend that step be taken if no one can be found to
Yeah.
comprise the signage board.
So, follow-up question to that. Let's say in the next few days that we are able to create a sign committee by reaching out and finding some willing. The Lamar Advertising wouldn't need to return here to make we could just, the sign committee approves it, then it would be done?
No, the sign committee.
No,
gives a
this would be-
Well, the
recommendation.
sign committee, I'm sorry, sign committee makes a recommendation to town council, like on the next meeting, could say, we got the approval or denial of the sound committee by then, and on the 4th, be able to make a decision.
Correct. So they just need to submit the petition, and they submit it to the clerk, and then it gets forwarded on to the town council and to the committee.
Okay.
So we could form that committee and then just submit it to them. They don't need to reapply or anything.
Got it.
We would just need enough time, the 10-day notice period for the public hearing for the
Yeah.
next one.
Yep.
I have one more question. Have you ever been hacked? Any of the billboards ever been hacked?
Not our company.
But Clear Channel has, yes, another, but
Okay.
did, but ours have not. They're all controlled in one central station in Louisiana. So, we have someone watching them 24/7.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there's,
Yeah, everyone has a camera.
and there's cameras on the board.
Yeah.
Oh,
Regarding the illumination, does it contain flashing, intermittent, or rotating moving lights, or lights creating the illusion of movement?
No. Many of the on-premise signs that you see around town, even the high school, it moves, right? Ours don't. They go from static to static to static.
Sure. And the school might fall under an exemption because
Sure. Well, and and they're on-premise signs, and they're banks, and they're allowed. On this one, it is an NDOT controlled route, and so we'll follow the state rules.
So the other ones are because they're on property, right? So they're on the owner's property, they can do that?
Yes, yes, and probably the size.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Well,
I think I've learned a bunch.
I think for us that we will commence to stop dragging our feet and create a sign committee.
Great, thank you.
And do what we can to get this moved. Yes, Mr. President?
And
We
we'll
got
come back
sidetracked. Yeah.
and meet with the sign committee.
Yeah.
Dave and I will, and Michelle,
Okay.
if she has time.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yep.
very good.
Okay,
We'll give you somebody to pitch to here
Yeah.
soon.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Any other questions?
No, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. We don't need a motion to table that, do we? Or do we, until the committee's appointed?
You could accept the petition as submitted to the town.
All right, we can do that. We have need a motion to accept the petition.
I'll make a motion that we accept the petition on behalf of Lamar Advertising Electronic Billboard Messaging for the sign on US 20 as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, this time we'll have a public hearing for ordinance number 725, first quarter additional appropriations. Said that was all posted,
It's in the second part of the packet.
Mm-hmm.
part 2.
Yeah. I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Sorry. Got sidetracked. All right. Ordinance number 725, 2026, first quarter additional appropriations.
The equipment of $24,330, was that for the truck? Forgive me?
Which fund, real quick?
Parks and Rec.
Park and Rec?
Park and Rec.
Yes.
2204.
Yes.
That's for the truck.
That for
Yep.
the replacement truck?
Because
Okay.
that comes in as cash, and so we have to appropriate it in order to spend
Right.
it. Yep.
Thank you.
Cash was the insurance check, right?
Correct.
Right.
Wasn't like somebody dropped off a bundle.
Well, I mean, I'll take it. If somebody wants to donate.
I guess, I think for the record, I might see a clerical error on page 2, but maybe it's, scroll down a little bit for me.
Hit us with it.
Yeah, for the total under the Park and
Oh,
Rec
yep.
Fund, that should be 300,000, not
Yep.
the 1,140. That's
do
just a
see that.
clerical error.
Thank
For
you.
the riverboat.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes when you print things out, you see things.
The rest of the math and it looks pretty good.
That's the FYI packet. He's referring to this. When it carries-
For Carl. Got that?
Any other corrections?
I don't get that one. My math up on that one?
Let me check.
Jackson, did you mess my stuff up?
Never.
I don't catch any.
Seems like more than that.
Which one?
Unless my brain math is off.
We can figure it out real quick.
The LRITF?
Yes. Fund 4406.
Can't be right.
Nope, it's not. Not the total, anyway.
Yeah, I think the other numbers are probably correct.
Jackson, did you not change some of the totals?
So the
I don't know
total,
if that one's,
the total as I added it would be 293, 257, 47.
That
Yep.
sounds more accurate.
What was that again?
293,
Oh, I see.
257,
257,
47.
The others are all fine.
Question all of it.
Yeah, the rest of them look correct.
Apologies, I'm not sure if that was me or Jackson. I'm gonna blame Jackson though, because he put
That's
this
all right. Let's
together.
blame Jackson.
That's what I would do.
I would make a motion to adopt ordinance 725-2026, first quarter additional appropriations pending the necessary changes to those totals.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, contract with Milestone for Wayne Street Trail, resurfacing and drainage improvements.
So on April 6th, the town council received and opened one bid for the Wayne Street Trail resurfacing and the drainage improvements. The bid tab is in your in your packet and the, everything totaled correctly. And at this point, we're requesting consideration by town council to award the contract to Milestone Contractors in the amount of $126,480. The Wayne Street Trail project is approximately $29,500, and then the Wayne Street drainage improvements are $96,980. Parks Department has submitted a bid to the Community Foundation, or a grant to the Community Foundation for consideration for half of the cost of the trail. Friends of the Middlebury Parks have also made a contribution. Is Tom here? 5,000?
Plus we did get the grant.
Oh, and we did get the grant.
For the half? Nice.
And so the main reason that the Wayne Street drainage improvements are needed is because the pipe underneath the roadway is pulling apart and collapsing. So, and it's rusted in the bottom.
Is that the one you
So-
showed us before? We had the picture of
By
you.
the bank.
Correct. Right.
Yep.
Yep.
So those improvements are needed. Basically, we'll be removing that pipe underneath Wayne Street because there's a drainage pipe on the north side. We'll put a catch basin in the low area there, put that right over that pipe, and then it'll drain to, it's a pretty big structure that's on First Source Bank property. There's a huge drainage culvert pipe that goes all the way through Greencroft and discharges into the wetlands area. So we're requesting your consideration for approval. There's funding in MBH and local roads and streets. There's one other one. Wheel tax.
Thank you, yes.
Is the not to exceed amount the 126,000? Okay.
That's the total.
Yes.
Total.
I kind of separated it out on the bid tab showing
Right.
how the trail would be paid, or,
Oh,
you know,
got it.
how much the trail would be, and then how much the drain improvements would be. And this is just the worst section of the Wayne Street Trail that needs to be milled and refinished.
Was this originally bid out with another project? Am I remembering correctly?
Yeah, the Wayne Street Trail was originally bid with the asphalt paving project. But what happened is the low bidder for the paving project was not the low bidder for the trail. And we had to award due to the fact that we were getting community crossings money, so we needed to award to the low bidder of the paving project versus the trail.
Do you remember what those bids came around? Like, I'm just curious how.
This is less.
Oh, thank you. You knew what I was getting at.
So this is less than the original bid was?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Just by a couple thousand.
Counts.
Absolutely.
But this probably didn't include that drainage issue because we wouldn't have known about it.
Right. The guys are out televising all of our storm sewers and looking at them, and not televising, they're looking at them, televising when they can, but usually storm sewers are bigger in size, so a lot of times they can really get down in there and look at them close and,
When they're
Close
dry.
and personal.
yeah.
Well, I'd make a motion that we approve the contract with Milestone for the Wayne Street Trail resurfacing and drainage improvement project in the amount not to exceed $126,480.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, change order number 2 for Powell Lift Station.
So change order number 2 from Niblock Excavating for the Powell Lift Station project is in the amount of $220,038.50. So this change order is being brought forth because of, there's a property owner to the north on Bristol Avenue that has asked for sanitary sewer to be extended. And then it would also remove bid items number 10 through 14 since they're no longer needed. Include a new memory module for the control panel and extend the deadline by 91 days for the additional work and the NIPSCO delays. So the original contract for this project was $2,020,270. The first change order was a decrease of $349,142. So with this increase of $220,000, it brings the total contract to $1,891,166.50. And you can see change order number 2 also extends the contract to June 30th, 2026. So approximately $123,207.50 of this change order request is for pavement replacement on Bristol Avenue and the placement of asphalt surface over the millings that will be placed on Powell Drive. So we thought that Bristol Avenue would be, or Bristol Street would be going next year, and we wouldn't have to do a lot of this paving. But since we will not be doing that project until 2029, we really need to put down a better surface for plowing purposes. And then also extending that sanitary sewer requires the removal of pavement and replacement of pavement. So that's why the $123,000. Again, we do have funds in the wheel tax, MVH, to be able to fund the $123,000. So then that would, I didn't put the total in there of what that would, but it's under $100,000 that would need to come from sewer.
And we're still just under 130,000 overall.
Yeah, the part that would need to come out is 96,830
Yeah.
and 50 cents.
Our net change overall is negative 129,000.
Correct. But of this, the 123.
Right.
Right.
So, and the homeowner that's just to the north of where we're ending this project, that where we need to extend it to, they're increasing their home size and due to some personal reasons that they need to. And so that's why they really need to get connected to sanitary sewer, because the health department with their current septic system said that they wouldn't be able to do that.
I'll make a motion for change order number 2 for the Powell Lift Station in the amount of $220,038.50.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions?
I have a quick question.
Sure.
The homeowner, are they in the town limits or outside?
Yes.
Thank you.
We're in the town limits all the way out to just shy of Cedar Creek. So there's several people along Bristol Avenue that have no access to sanitary sewer.
I assumed, I just wanted to clarify.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Request for payment to Lori Shipman Consulting LLC.
So invoice number 4 for labor standards from Lori Shipman Consulting LLC is in the amount of $5,000. This is one of those invoices that need to be approved by the council before we submit it to the Indiana Finance Authority for SRF funding.
I'll make a motion to approve invoice number 4 for Lori Shipman Consulting LLC in the amount of $5,000.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Request for payment to JPR, invoice number 52876 for water system improvements.
So JPR's invoice is in the amount of $38,438.64 for the work done in March of this year for the water system improvements project. And again, this is similar to the previous one where we have to have council approval before we submit it to the Indiana Finance Authority for payment.
I'll make a motion that we approve the request for payment of JPR invoice number 52876 for water system improvements in the amount of $38,438.64 for work done March 1st, 2026 through March 31st, 2026.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Request for payment to Phoenix Fabricators, pay app number 8 for water tower improvements.
So these next two pay applications came in late Friday, and so I think that they may have been forwarded to you. But pay application number 8 with Phoenix Fabricators is in the amount of $22,921.83. And it's for work done from December 16th, 2025 through February 15th, 2026. And again, it's the same situation with town council approval before Indiana Finance Authority, submitting to Indiana Finance Authority. And if there was not sufficient time to review, we can always put it on the next council meeting.
Jesse sent them this morning in a separate email if you didn't see it.
Yeah, I
I'm
saw
looking at it
it.
right now.
It's kind of off the topic of the invoice, but where are things at with Phoenix Fabricators as far as construction?
So they have indicated that they needed some help with finding underground contractors and building contractors because of the valving and the water main installation that needs to come first. So I have worked with one local contractor to see if they have time, actually two local contractors, to see if they have time for the building and for the underground. And I know for sure that one has submitted prices for the water main to Phoenix. I'm not sure where the building contractor is with regards to that. Once that work is done, then they anticipate being in here in October of this year, which it still puts them behind. And liquidated damages for that is $1,000 a day.
Thank you.
And they're probably about 2 to 3 months behind schedule. So, but we're working to try to do everything to push it
Right.
and help them.
Did you guys have a chance to review this? I did not really.
I was gonna say, I was gone most of the day.
And it's perfectly fine to put it on the next
I'd
agenda.
make a motion to table it till next meeting.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so we have another request for payment to Phoenix Fabricators for pay app number 9 for water tower improvements.
Ditto.
Yeah. I make a motion to table the payment for pay application number 9 in order to review.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Real estate purchase agreement for 205 East Warren Street.
So in your packet is a purchase agreement for 205 East Warren Street. It's signed by the property owner and also signed by the Middlebury Redevelopment Commission. The Redevelopment Commission has agreed to purchase the property for $240,000 as is. There is a donation being made by a private person in the amount of $10,000. I was not able to get that commitment letter, but I have talked with them and they're agreeing to do that, the commitment letter for the $10,000. So we're requesting consideration by town councils for approval to purchase this home. One idea too, because I know that there's concern with housing, is possibly once this house is purchased, is putting this house up for, like up for sale, or however you would do that to actually move the home. You know, I don't know how long you give that an opportunity, but possibly move it to a home or to a vacant lot somewhere. Whether, I don't know that it would be able to be moved very far due to the condition of the home, but it is, certainly one thing that could possibly be an option.
So without something in writing to this anonymous donor, we're on the hook for the whole 240, correct?
Only if it doesn't come through, but yes.
Okay.
You're
The
still,
person's
the
ready to write the check.
Oh, okay.
Anytime
Okay.
that we ask for it. So, they were ready to write it last week. So,
Well, I will make a motion to approve the real estate purchase agreement for 205 East Warren Street contingent on the agreement of the $10,000 donation.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
And in related to that matter, I had circulated a consent form related to the closing title company.
Right.
It doesn't have to be us if you don't want to, but we have our in-house Elko Title Company, which normally handles town closings, but not all the time. But that's sort of a required, if we're going to do that closing, we need to disclose that relationship.
We'll let you, but we'll keep an eye on you.
So if you do consent, then I'd appreciate a motion on that.
I'll make a motion that we approve Elko Title as the title company for the purchase of 205 East Warren Street.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, request to give Kent Kaufman authority to hire for a vacant public works labor position. You going to work there?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Give me a
So
shovel.
we've been interviewed several people, and they're looking at doing second interviews. And basically, if they don't have their CDL, it would be $25 an hour. If they do have the CDL, $26 an hour. I think that we're getting close, but I didn't want to have to wait another 2 weeks we would bring it back to the council, but asking for permission for Kent to say yay or nay.
Approve it.
I'll make a motion that we approve the request to give Kent Kaufman authority to hire for the vacant public works labor position based on the current pay structure.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Please.
Request to hire Gary Kloppenstein for a part-time seasonal position at Public Works.
No.
You've been there for 20 minutes.
Just as previous years, we're looking to bring back Gary Klopfenstein to do our summer mowing for us for the water towers, the water plant, the wastewater lift stations, and our shop. So we're just looking for permission.
Rate of pay. Rate of pay.
What'd you agree on?
I don't know. What'd you decide?
I don't know.
Within the range that
Yeah.
was allocated in a salary ordinance.
What'd you decide?
Whatever I told you 2 weeks ago.
Was it 20?
I think so.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we approve the request to hire Gary Kloppenstein for a part-time seasonal position for Public Works at $20 an hour.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks.
And we don't need a salary ordinance change because it is a sliding scale on the ordinance.
Right.
That brings us to department reports. Do you have anything to add?
No, I'm.
All right, Steve, you have anything to add for us from the water department?
I have nothing to report.
All right. Wastewater,
Ricky?
do you have anything to add?
So, last Wednesday, we had a IDEM inspection, which is big, scary inspection. I just wanted to come up here and say we almost got a perfect inspection. We had no violations. The only thing that we got warned about was instead of on our DMRs, we were putting zeros for our E. coli. We were warned to put less than 1. So, but that was what stopped us from getting a perfect inspection. I also wanted to say the last time we had an IDEM inspection was like 2.5 years ago. So, and they're supposed to be random once a year inspections, but we passed with flying colors. So,
Considering
job.
the situation, that was a great job.
Yeah,
Great
thank
job.
you.
yeah, it was a very rough phone call last Tuesday when we were like, "You have an IDEM inspection on Wednesday," and we were like, "Okay." But yeah, we had everything in order. So the only thing was that we were putting zeros instead of less than 1s on the report. So just wanted to come up here and let you guys know. And if you
Great.
got any questions about it or anything.
Well done.
Yep,
Well done.
thank you.
Well done.
Alrighty.
Thank you. Tom, you have anything to add?
So in the report is about the bridge in Riverbend Park, which is closed off right now due to the foundation. We're looking like we're having a meeting this Thursday with some contractors to come up with a plan for that. So hopefully that's going to stay, that meeting set like that, and try to get some answers, try to get fixed to the point where we can open up at least a little bit soon, somewhat soon. And then looking at a long-term plan for potentially a new bridge.
Great.
So,
All right,
Thank you.
thank you. Mr. Baker? I'm sorry, Marshall Baker.
Appreciation for the other guys for helping sandbag the flooded PD last week. Yes, thank you, guys. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Really well. You did.
and the office staff, that kicked in too. You, the other. Thank you.
Pretty sure I saw Shanda out there with a shovel.
Yeah,
She didn't shovel, I shoveled for a little bit, and then we found a better system. But once we had that system in place, we were filling bags in a few scoops and tying them up, and
Yeah.
it was
and
good.
Just to add to it a little bit, that ditch rose in like very short time, like
Half an hour.
half an hour to 45 minutes.
There was kind of a time lapse on there one, was it your report that did that? Yeah.
Yeah, so that was crazy. And then, I mean, we kicked butt and got that all done in like 45 to 50 minutes.
Bobby
So-
paid us with pizza.
Yeah.
That's even nicer.
So anyway, everybody just pitched in. The only department that was not able to pitch in because they were with IDEM was the wastewater department, but they were busy. So
He had a
anyway.
good excuse.
Yes, they did.
Carl, I have one thing I want to throw out here too. Just want to publicly acknowledge Mary's work and Jesse's work for this grant they received for the Memorial Wall Foundation of $75,000.
Yes, well done.
To go towards our goal, which puts us well over our goal.
nice.
Awesome.
So it's wonderful, and it's coming along great out there.
Yeah, I've been making little trips out through there, watching the
Yeah,
progress.
so I mean, I know it, she had to go over there and talk to him in person once or twice, but, so anyway, we appreciate it.
Yeah, I stopped out there yesterday with my youngest kiddo, and it was a good little conversation.
Nice.
Very nice. Announcements. Middlebury Redevelopment Commission meeting on April 23rd has been canceled. Middlebury Town Council meeting will be May 4th at 6 PM here at the Town Hall, and we are adjourned.